corporate colossus who has more Google hits under sports than under business to his name. A champion hurdler, a rugby fanatic, and better yet, who has dared to bare his chest to model for a leading clothing line while being the CEO. A right square peg in a round hole, don't you say? Kishu.
Hi.
Is it true that you can still run 100 meters under 13 seconds?
Yes, I still do.
How do you maintain your fitness?
Well, fitness is part of my life. Without fitness, I wouldn't live, to be very honest with you. Well, that's a weekly routine that I sort of engage myself in. And since my school days, I've been basically, regularly doing that. And I still maintain my speed.
Right. So that speed, that efficiency, does it go to your business when you work as well in a professional life?
Well, definitely. I believe in synchronizing your body with the mind. Yeah. And if you can't synchronize the two, productivity gets affected. Right. So in my case, with that belief, I basically, maintain my energy in the body so that I can, be the most efficient person I want to be.
Right. And I heard that you were also the national schools hurdles champion.
Right.
Is that true?
It is.
That kind of seems to me that you were always a winner, a competitive person who has had that kind of ability within you all the time, even while you were schooling.
Right. Winning has been part of my life, and I've had that, since my school days.
Right.
And I still have the same desire to, go from here to a higher level.
So this is you. Do you always maintain your fitness routine, or are you making a statement that you are the young businessman in Colombia?
Well, statement is something others should make. I don't generally make statements of myself. But fitness is part of my life, and as I said earlier, if there is no fitness, there is no point in actually living. And it's part of quality living. So therefore, this is a routine for me, which I do in 3 times a week minimum.
3 times a week.
And then apart
How
from
do you
this,
find time with your very busy business schedule?
well, as the premise goes to say, if there is a will, there is a way.
Yes.
It's a matter of just coming up with a plan for each day, and then in that basically capturing this activity as well, which I've been doing right throughout. So for me, finding time for this is not an issue.
Not an issue. Right. I've read somewhere that your personal motto is spend more time in thinking than on action. Is this where you do your thinking away from the buzz of the business world? Or?
Yeah, this is very interesting. Sri Lankans are generally very action oriented.
Yeah.
Sri Lankans are a nation where they want to sort of action all the time. But the issue is that there is not enough thought has gone into that action. So when that happens, there is no point in actioning something that is not geared to achieving something useful or something constructive.
Yeah.
So it's always good to sort of spend more time on thinking, and then coming up with the plan, and then making sure that you have the right sort of mind to execute that effectively to achieve the desired goal.
Right.
So what is more important is thinking. The action, in my view, is easier than thinking.
Right. So the managing director of a blue chip company. Is it correct to say that you are an aspiring or an established model?
Well, tough question to answer. Well, I'm into all those things we just spoke about. I'm into modeling. I'm into sports. I'm into various other things, as my profile explains. Well, I quite enjoy everything what I do, and in that, well, if people say that I have a certain position in this society, it's because of all these things I do. So, if you ask me as to what my core competency is, well, I would say, well, it's being that different business leader, but that's not more than 60% of Kishu Gomes. And balance 40% is all the other things that I do, which makes me the personal brand I am today.
Right.
So it's mix of competencies and different things that I do that has made me this unique individual.
How did this modeling thing come up, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure. It was a big coincidence.
Yeah.
I was doing hurdles at a particular venue, and it was a very high-profile sportsmates. There was this cameraman who came to cover that event, and he saw me, clearing the hurdle with that, perfect technique.
Right.
And then he took pictures and went back. And a week later, he just called me and asked me if he could use that picture for an ad.
It is a given why health comes first in the phrase health, wealth and success. On the flip side of this commercial break, we talk to Kishu Gomes, the family man and the friend. Cutthroat competition or dirty tricks?
Cutthroat competition.
Family dinner or business cocktail?
Business cocktail.
Have you ever been a drag queen?
Drag queen.